Hi guys, welcome to RixC. This is our first video. We're just trying it out to see how we got on with YouTube. Today we're going to talk about the Xinlehong 9125 truck that's available on AliExpress, Amazon and various other places. We've had two of these in our house now for about 3 months since Christmas time, and our experience of them has been quite mixed. We've had a lot of problems with things breaking. Regularly, almost every time we take the truck out something else breaks, but we've had a lot of fun with them as well. So I'm going to talk today just briefly about a couple of things that we've tried and made changes to improve them slightly. The first one was the servo motor in the truck. We found that the gears in this stripped at one point. We don't know exactly why. There was no particular stress on the truck at the time. But the original gear in the truck contains plastic gears, so they're prone to stripping. It's a common thing for a servo anyway. Now, on searching AliExpress, there's no upgrade to this servo with metal gears available, specifically for this truck. However, we did find there is a very similar servo. In fact, it looked to be exactly the same with metal gears. It's a 5-wire servo. What we found when we actually ordered and received the servo is the shape and size and the internals of it are exactly the same as the original one with the metal gears, except that the plug is the wrong size. So in my infinite wisdom I decided I would replace the plug on it, so I snipped the plug off the end of the new servo, and then of course realised that you don't need to do that at all. You actually just open up the servo, remove the motors and the pot, and you can swap them back into the new servo, or you can simply swap the gears back over, either which way. So the other thing we've done with this truck is, after experiencing a lot of problems with these connection arms on the front of the truck constantly popping, they have a ball and socket joint where the steering cup connects to the connection arm, and we found that just attaching a coin underneath each of these arms has prevented it from popping out the way it was doing. We had the steering cups break on us. We've had the connection arms break many times. As you can see here, we've got a repair on this one, which has been repaired a number of times. Every time you break these and have to buy some more, you're talking 2 or 3 or 4 euros for a replacement pair, and so it gets expensive very quickly. But putting the coins here in the ball and socket joint actually has done a really nice job of stopping those from popping out all the time. I'm going to disassemble that now and you'll see that in detail. Right, so you can see here the original socket has actually gone quite loose there now. The truck was provided with these screws already in the ball joint for no particularly obvious reason that we could figure, but simply taking the screw off, getting a 1-cent coin, drilling a hole through the middle of it and attaching that into the bottom has prevented it from constantly popping off and causing frustration out on the road. So now I'll show you the servo. Take these 4 screws off the bottom. So under here we have the motor, and we have a small potentiometer that's used to control the position of the gears. It's this very simple mechanism, this 5-wire servo. So you pop the top off, there's all the gears. This is the original servo that we had, or this is the original set of gears, the plastic gears. And you can see in one of these gears, I forget which one it is now, there on the main gear here actually, you can see the strip teeth that occurred. So These gears are exactly the same as the new servo that we ordered. We'll include a link to the new servo with the metal gears on the video description. You can simply pop those gears out and switch them into, or switch the metal gears into your old servo, or you can actually remove the motor itself. It just pops out, a little bit of jiggling, and you can pop out the pot as well. It's all wired together. Just put a screwdriver in here to pop those things out, and you can swap the old motor and pot with the original wire, or the original plug, not this big plug that came with the new one, into the new servo. And Bob's your uncle. This is another frustration we've had with this truck, is doing any maintenance is very tiresome because you have to dismantle the whole thing to get into any of it. First you undo these 4 screws at the top, then you have to take off the front bumper. Then you have to remove the swing arms. And this swing arm mount. And then another 6 screws here as well. So once you have all of those off, you can jiggle this free, and there's our original servo in there. Well, this is the new servo in fact now. So you remove these 2 screws here, you pop off the servo top screw, pop off the servo top, lift the whole thing out. Then of course you also have to remove these 4 screws here because the plug for the servo is underneath here. You can disconnect it from there once you remove this. And in fact these 2 screws as well, because all of these 6 are holding down this battery frame. Once you've done that, you can pop the new, or pop the old servo out, replace the plastic gears with the metal gears, or swap the motor and pot into the new servo casing. Put the whole thing back together and away you go. One other thing we've done is got some cheap lighting kits off AliExpress. These little 4 light kits that we got for about 94 cents I think. They come with a standard wire, though we've changed the plug on it to a JST plug, and we have a small 1S LiPo battery that we can connect directly up to this, because each of these LEDs has an inline resistor that ensures the correct current is getting into the LED, so a 1S battery works perfectly well with them. That's a nice little addition with a little switch on the back here that we can switch those on and off as well. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.